let's get going. I'm just going to turn my video off just because I'm turning my screen and you're going to be staring at my ceiling, but I'll try pop in at some point during the lesson. Okay, so Lutando, we are all yours. You are taking us through A. What are our answers for A? You can either unmute and talk to us or you can type them in the chat. I would love it if you chatted to us though. Are you having sound issues? Here we go.
The first one is 5.
Okay, 5 is definitely a real number. Good. Another one.
-2.
Excellent. Next one.
And the square root of 9.
Okay, also, yeah. But there are some more.
You've got this. You've got this.
Can you tell me why you think, let's look at this one. Why did you say that one wouldn't be a real number? What was your reasoning?
Are you still with us?
Chando, have we lost you? Okay, I'm going to jump to our second volunteer who is Unam. If you could help us through with the rest of these real numbers. What other numbers here are real numbers? So we've got 5, -2, the square root of 9. Unam, which are our other ones which are real?
You can raise a hand or you can type.
I feel like we're losing everyone this evening. Maybe the sound is not happening. Okay, I'm going to just finish this one off just so that we can save some time, guys. Okay, Tashwin, yes, absolutely. 3,14 is definitely also a real number. Okay, these are all real numbers. 0/2 is a real number. Nice and Kuluma. What's also a real number? So this one's real, this one's real, this one's real, this one's real, this one's real. And this one is real. All of those are real numbers because when we spoke about how the number system works, real numbers are broken up into rational numbers. And then within rational, we have our whole numbers, our integers, and all of those good things. And in irrational numbers, that's our other branch. The only thing that isn't a real number is if something is undefined. That's separate to a real number. So any number that is rational or irrational is going to be a real number. And that's why all of those numbers up there are real numbers. Okay. All right, so let's have a look at B. B, we're looking at irrational numbers. So B, we have Nokubonga. Help me with what my answers are here for irrational numbers.
The only answer for irrational numbers is a square root of 5.
Excellent. Well done. That was so beautifully answered. Nice job. And I liked how you were prepared and ready to answer straight away. That was just great. Okay, C. I'm worried I'm going to mess up your name, but I'm going to try my best. I've got Michaelin. You are doing C for us. What are my whole numbers here for C? What are my answers going to be? Are you going to type for us? Are you going to chat to us? Which one are you going to be doing? Okay, we've got some other messages coming in. Okay, Michaela, -2 is not going to be a whole number because whole numbers only start from 0. So all of our whole numbers are numbers that aren't decimals, but they have to start from 0. So our whole numbers here, we're going to have 5. And we're going to have 0. So 0 over 2, which is 0. And we're going to have the square root of 9 because the square root of 9 is 3. Okay. So if anyone got all of those right, well done to you. And remember, making mistakes in these lessons is great and it's important. And that's how we learn. So don't ever feel embarrassed to make mistakes. Okay. D. Who was our volunteer for D? Let me scroll up and have Unkulumo. You are doing D for us. Can you please help us with our answers for D?
So it's gonna be a -2.
Good. There are more.
3,14.
Okay. So do you remember what makes something an integer? Do you remember? Can you try and tell me? Because you were definitely right with that -2. I'm going to try and write some things here on the side, and then you're going to let me know if you can help a little bit, okay? So integers are all of our negative numbers and all of our positive numbers. Whole numbers start from 0, and natural numbers start from 1. Okay, irrational numbers are numbers like pi and square roots of numbers that we can't square root. And if something is only rational, then it's something that we can make into a fraction, but that's not going to be any one of those 3 over there. Okay, so can you tell me another answer here of what would be an integer? I see Michaelin's got an answer. 5 is definitely also an integer. 0 over 2, well done, Kia, would also be an integer because it's 0. The square root of 9 is also an integer. Great, because that's equal to 3. Beautiful. So all of those would be integers. Great. Okay, and our last one, which is prime numbers. So E, I can't remember who volunteered for E. Did we have a volunteer for E? I thought we did. I can't remember who did. Oh, it was Kia, I think. No, Kia was going to do A. Oh, I've lost the plot completely. Who who feels confident to tell us what our prime numbers are here? Okay, I've got a message coming in. 5 is definitely a prime number. Yes. Do we have any other prime numbers? I think we have one more. It's a sneaky one.
-2.
So -2 prime numbers start from 2 and they work their way up. So we can't have any negative numbers that are prime. There we go. Some answers that are coming in. The square root of 9 is also a prime number because the square root of 9 is 3 and 3 is a prime. Nokobonga, I'm seeing the square root of 5. Just be careful. At square root of 5, we can't square root 5. So it's going to become an irrational number. Okay. Okay, so this was just kind of trying to bring together some of the stuff that we did last week. And it takes time for it to all settle in your head. So don't panic. We're going to be talking about these words as we move down for a while. So they will keep on popping up. But today we are going to move on to a topic called rate. And I think a lot of you are going to find it really nice and easy. And it's an awesome place in a class to do really well in. So basically a rate is a relationship between two quantities. So basically like if you had kilometers per hour or rands per month, can anyone think of a rate that you've seen in a shop? So can anyone think of an example of where you've seen a rate written when you've gone to the shops with your parents? Who can think of something which would be a rate? And remember, it doesn't matter if it's wrong, just try your best. Think about where you would have seen something that looks like a rate. And you can chat or you can go into the actual talk, whichever one you would like to do is fine. But where have you seen a rate? Kilometers per hour on the speedometer, absolutely clear. That's definitely a rate. Good, good. Can anyone think of something in like a grocery store? Kilograms, yeah, Good, Tashwin? Your rands, you can have rands per something. Yeah. So like when you go to a shop and let's say that they were talking about oranges, they could say that it's going to be 23 Rand and 15 cents per kilogram. That would be an example of a rate. If they said that your rent in a month is 1,500 Rand per month, that would also be a rate. So both of those would be rates. Anything is a unit per something. So that's when we're talking about rate, we mean something for just one unit. Okay, so let's have a look at this question here and see if we can break that. And I'm going to show you a nice, quick, easy way to do a question like this. And then I'm going to let you work on some. Okay. If Alison pays 800 Rand for 20 meters of material, how much is the material per meter? Okay, so this is saying that my material is 800 meters for 800 meters. Sure, that would be a very long piece of material. Our material is 800 Rand for 20 meters. How much is that material per meter? Who thinks that they can tell me what to do to figure out how much this would cost for just 1 meter if it's 800 Rand for 20 meters? What would I do?
Can we divide?
Yes, great. We can absolutely divide. So we can say, well, we know that it's 800 Rand for 20 meters. So if we say 800 divided by 20, then we can find out what it's going to be for just 1 meter, because that's how much it is for 20 meters. So we know that it's going to be 40 Rand per meter. Good, Kian and Tashwin. Nice answers coming into the chat. Well done. So dividing is definitely something we can do. Now, when we work with rate, which is a different, it's like a special form of a ratio, we get to do something quite sneaky. It's like a little cheat. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And then whenever you want to do it, you can do it as long as it's a proportional rate. So I call it divide up times over, but some people call it the crisscross method. So I'm doing it in this fancy pen because it's a cheat way of doing something. We have 800 Rand. I'm going to make my units up here for 20 meters. Okay, so this dots like this. This is meaning we're dealing with a ratio, which is what rate is dealing with. And I want to know how much it's going to cost for 1 meter. Okay, we're going to be doing this cheat method a lot today. So if you haven't seen it before and you're feeling quite confused, don't panic. I promise you're going to see it a lot in the next hour. And what we do is we take whatever number we have at the bottom. So here we have a 1. We divide up. So grab your calculators. So in your calculator, you're going to write 1 divided by 20. And don't push equals or anything yet. You just keep it like that. And we times over. Times 800, and you'll see you get this beautiful answer of 40. So whenever we're dealing with a ratio, okay, so any kind of ratio, and when we're dealing with rates, we can use this little cheat method, and all you do is you divide up and then you times over. Okay, so maybe just like sort of put this somewhere in a book or in a note for you, just so that you know exactly what you are doing. And it really helps. It makes some really difficult ratio questions a lot easier as we work up, and it's like a nice little sneaky way of doing it. Okay. Does anyone need me to stay on the screen while you write that down? Just put your hand up. You don't have to say anything. You can just use the emojis. And if you are all got good, then I can move down. So if you need me to stay on this page, then just put the little hand up emoji so that I know. Okay, cool. Oh, sorry, I see it. I see the hand. Oh, we have a learner who's doing this on the bus. Can I just say how amazing and proud I am of you that you are working on your bus home. That's incredible. Nice job.
That is very good, eh?
Yeah, that is
Good
dedication.
example.
Very good example. Well done. So if you can't, if you're on the bus and you can't do this on a piece of paper, that's okay. Just try and remember that all of these will be on the website, so you can always watch this again. Okay, I'm going to move down and we're going to do a lot more of these types of examples. Oh, I see another hand. Sorry. I will wait. Is there an inverse for this? Well, actually, we land up being able to use this method any way we want. So in a bunch of different ways, it kind of falls into place. But you'll see as we move through these questions, it's not really an inverse because you do the same thing. It's just on the other side of the ratio side. But you'll see. It's very cool. It's my nice little trick. Whenever I teach it to my kids, they get very excited because they feel like they're cheating, but you're not. You're doing maths. Okay. All right, I'm going to move down. Okay, so example 2. We've got 4 kilograms for 203 Rand, and I'm wanting it as rands per kilogram. Okay, so let's write out our little ratio. Let's write our sneaky way of doing this. So we've got kilograms, and then we've got rands. And it's always helpful to write your units up first because then you know exactly what you're dealing with. We've got 4 kilograms that cost us 203 Rand. And I want to know what it is. That line means per. So that's saying per kilogram, which means I want to know what it will be for 1 kilogram. And so I'm going to write a 1 under the kilogram. And you see now it's on a different side to where we were in the last question, but it's okay. We do exactly the same thing. We say 1 divided by 4 times 203. And can you stick that into your calculators and tell me what my answer is?
It will be 50.75.
Beautiful. It is absolutely 50 Rand and 75 cents. Nice job. Excellent. How nice and easy is this? It makes rates so super easy. Okay, I want you to give B a try for me. Give B a try and then tell me what my answer is going to be. Try and set it up the same way that I've been setting these up, so when they get harder, you're used to how to do this. And think about what this means over here. So what am I wanting to be 1?
Would the answer be 36?
Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay. Was this Kia talking to me?
Yes.
Nice job, Kia. Okay, so we've got learners and we have got teachers. Okay, we have 180 learners for 5 teachers, and that means per teacher, which means I want to have 1 teacher. Okay, so we're going to say 1 divided by 5, and we're going to say times 180. And we absolutely, like Kia said, get 36 learners. So that means for every 36 learners, I need to have 1 teacher. Okay. The hands that are up at the moment are I think they were from a while ago. I'm just checking that you don't have questions. And I'm not just ignoring you. No? Okay. All right, one more like this. So C, can you do C for me?
Would the answer be 36 words per minute?
36 words per minute?
No, sorry, 56, not 36.
Yeah, there it is. Definitely 56. Nice job. Okay, so we've got words and then we have got minutes. Okay, and we have got 336 words for 6 minutes, and I want to know how much it will be for 1 minute. So we're going to say 1 divided by 6 times 336, and that gives us 50 6 words per minute. Okay. All right. Before I move on, Nokabongo, do you have a question?
Yes, I do have a question.
Ask away.
Ma'am?
Yep, I'm here. Anything you'd like to ask?
I wanted to ask, because I've been comparing the answers with the method that you gave us, and I've been noticing something.
Okay.
When I just said, for C, for example, C, I just said 336 divided by 6 is equal to 56, and it was the same answer. Then I did for B, and I just divided 180 by 5, and it was the same answer. And then I did for A as well, and it was also the same answer. Oh,
It
not for
absolutely, yeah, no, it will be, yeah. So for A, it gets a little bit nasty for some of them. So like A is an example of where it's a little bit easier to do a method like this, but it absolutely is what you're saying. So if we have a look at this very first question we did, so what we did there was what you were saying. We took the 800 and we divided it by 20, and we got this 40 Rand, and it's exactly the same as that 40 Rand there. So it's just two different ways of doing the same question, but sometimes the questions can be quite ugly, so they can want you to do quite a lot of extra work. And if we have this method, when it's not just looking for 1 unit, so like if it was looking for 3 units or 5 units or something, then this can make it a little bit easier. But you absolutely don't have to do it. If you're feeling comfortable with knowing when to divide, then that's great, because it's just two different ways of looking at the same thing. Mr. Shongwe, did you have something to add?
Yes. So I was saying, another way where this method is very applicable and it's very good for us to use is when they do not ask you for, let's say for this question, they do not ask you for the number of, or the length of material. Let's say they say, how much material can you buy with 1,600? So you cannot just go and say 1,600 divided by 20, or what length of material can you buy with 1,600? So you would rather use this material. Do you mind writing that, ma'am? 800 is to 20. Thank you, Jennifer. And then if you want to know how much material, how long of a material can you get, you can say underneath 800, you can write your 1.6. And then is to whatever you're looking for, you can say X if you want to, and you still use divide, multiply, answer.
Does that make sense? Is that sort of something that you can understand why you could use both, Okabonga?
Yes, I understand both.
Okay, great. That's all that matters. As long as you understand both, that's what's important. So sometimes when we get through some more complicated questions, then you'll see that this one is helpful. But when you can do it nice and easily and just divide by the number, please feel free to do that. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at these two. I've tried to put some cricket in since we are in the cricket season. Okay, so try example 3 for me and an example 4. Who have I not really heard much from? Can I get someone who hasn't really spoken much to us to give us the answer for example 3? Do I have a brave person? Does someone feel like they can do it for us? We're so quiet today. Clearly Thursdays are like not talking days. Thursdays are quiet days. Okay, so try and think about it this the same way. We've got nachos, and then we've got how much they cost for a kilogram. Okay, we've got some answers coming in. Okay, I'm just going to give you one more minute to give this a try by yourselves, and then I'm going to work through it on the board. And remember, if you're not feeling great, then just let me know and I'm happy to help. Okay, we've got an answer of 23 that's come in. Okay, so we know that it's 4.60 for 1 kilogram of nachos, and I want to know how much 20 kilograms of nachos is. So again, in this situation, you could just multiply, but if we're using our special method here, we can say 20 divided by 1 times by 4.60. So 20 divided by 1 times by 4.60, which gives us 92 Rand. Okay, so it would cost me 92 Rand to buy 20 kilograms of nachos. And this is why this method can really come in handy when we start getting to questions like this. Makes life a little bit easier. Can I just get an idea in the chat? So 0 means you have no idea what's going on, like you're completely lost, and 10 means that you understand everything and you're feeling confident. Can you give me a number between 0 and 10 on where you're feeling with this rate work at the moment? And remember, if it's 0, it's 0. I'm fine with that. Just tell me where you're at. Okay, so we got our first number that's come in. Great. Keep them coming, guys. Nice.
Nice, nice, nice.
Cool. Okay, great. Great. Okay. Can you do example 4 for me? Give me my answer. So the South African cricket team had an average run rate of 5.6 runs per over. How many runs did they score in a 20 over match? You don't need to know anything about cricket to do this question, I promise.
Would the answer be 112?
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have a run rate over here, and we have got for 1 over. So let's do overs over here. We've got 5.6 runs per 1 over, and we are wanting to know what they would get in 20 overs. So 20 divided by 1 times by 5.6, which gives us 112 runs. Oh, sorry guys, screen is moving all over the place. Okay, Tato, well done, man. Nice. Okay. I'm going to give your brains a little bit of a break, and I've got a little puzzle here for you. In the puzzle, there are 3 numbers that I need. So I know in our lesson on Tuesday, sort of people gave me numbers as they got them, but I want us to start having like a winner in each of our little puzzles and see if we can have like a winner of the week. So when you give me your answer, you need to give me all 3 things that I'm looking for. And in this puzzle, I'm looking for the value of the ice cream cone, and it will make sense when you see the picture. And then I need the value for the vanilla ice cream, and I need the value for the strawberry ice cream. It will make sense. So in your answer that you write in the comments, you have to give me all 3 numbers in the order that it is in the picture. And then we can determine who our winner is, okay? Okay, here we go. Here's your question for the week. So when you're ready, I need to know what my ice cream cone is, I need to know what my vanilla ice cream is, and I need to know what my strawberry ice cream is. Oh, we have an answer that has come in. Tashwin? No. Vitando, you're going to need to give me all 3 answers. Nukuluma, you have to give me all 3. Kian, you also have to give me all 3. Because I need to find a winner. So I need all 3. Nukabonga? No. You're missing, you guys are reading something wrong. but I'm not going to tell you what. I'm going to let you suffer. Unam. Oh, we don't have a winner yet, Mr. Shongwe.
Looking, let's see.
What you guys are, what you're missing. I'm just going to give you a
Oh,
hint.
yeah?
I'm not going to say anything, but I think you're missing that.
Check. We're multiplying on the first one, not adding. Be careful.
Yeah, I think that what's happening is you're not looking at those multiplication signs. 9 times 9 times 9 is 729. Sarah, we've got 351. No. 395, no. Guys, you can still win. It's still up for grabs. Yes, I can answer the question that was come through here. Lutando, so close, but no. Yes, to the question that just came through. That is correct. Ooh. Kian, no.
Okay. Interesting.
Clearly, I was too mean today. Tato, no. Oh, very close, but no. In Koloma, again, I think you're not taking into account that you're multiplying up there. Oh, very, very close, but not right. Gershom also close, but not right. Guys, I'm gonna have to take you out of your misery because we need to carry on with our lesson. Okay. No.
I think you just need to give them the answer.
I'm just gonna give you the answer. Okay. So 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So lots of you were able to see that an ice cream cone is 3, which is good. Okay. But then this is where things fall apart a little bit. This is 3 plus 3, which is 6. And I need to get an answer of 10, which means that this must be 2 and that must be 2. Because 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 is 10, which means that the vanilla ice cream is 2. So some people got there, so like Nokamonga, you got there, which was great. So now we know that this is 2, this is 3, this is 3. Oh, let me use this one. 3, 2, 2, 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 2 is 10, which means that the strawberry ice cream must be 1. So sort of as a combination of you guys, we got to the right answers, but we didn't quite get there where we needed. Okay, we are going to swiftly move along. Yeah, a lot of you were very, very close though. Okay, so we are going to do speed, distance, time. Who has done speed, distance, time in class? Give me an idea. Yes or no, or we've just done it this year, or we've done it last year. Let me know in the chat. Have we done speed, distance, and time before? Great, Kia. Awesome. Okay, so then this should go nice and quickly. Okabonga, don't panic. I'm going to explain it all. Okay, speed, distance, and time. If we can think about, nice job, Kian. If we can think about this little triangle, it makes life a lot easier. So the speed, distance, time triangle looks like this. We have D for distance, we have S for speed, and we have T for time. So this is distance. Okay. And when we're working in distance, we're normally working in kilometers, but we could be working in meters, we could be working in something else. The S is speed. And when we're working with speed, that is a rate, which means it's going to be something per something. So like kilometers per hour or meters per second, something like that. It will be a rate. Okay. And then our T stands for time, and most of the time that is in hours. Okay. Now, an easy way to remember this little triangle here is if you think about DSTV, okay, we write it in that order, DSTV, and the V just gets ignored. We don't use it. But just remember that the D is always at the top, and it doesn't matter where our S and our T are as long as they're at the bottom. Okay, now when we're inside this triangle, when we're working sideways, we multiply. And when we're working up and down, we think about this line as divide. So if you look at this triangle, our distance, so if you put your thumb over where the D is, you'll see you're only left with the S and the T. So distance is equal to speed times time. And if we want speed, so now put your finger over where the S is, that is going to be distance divided by time. And if we are wanting time, you're going to put your thumb over the T, and you'll see that that is distance divided by speed. And these are our three formula that we use for distance, speed, and time. But we never have to remember them off by heart as long as we know how to draw our lovely little triangle. Okay, so let's try and do our first question here. If Jacob runs 10 kilometers in 2 hours, what is his speed going to be? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write down exactly what we're dealing with. So in this question, Jacob runs 10 kilometers. That is distance. Okay, and he runs it in 2 hours, which means that that's time. And we are looking for speed. So we think about our triangle, we're looking for speed. Speed is equal to distance divided by time. So our speed is going to be our distance, which is 10, divided by our time, which is 2, which is going to be 5. And remember, speed is always a rate, kilometers per hour. And that, for those of you who have done speed, distance, time, then you should know what I'm talking about. For those that you haven't done it before, that is as easy as speed, distance, time is. It's a nice section that we can always sort of find our way around. So hopefully it's not scaring you too much. Let's have a look at a second question. All right. Okay, in this one, if you travel at 50 kilometers per hour, is that distance, is that speed, or is that time? Who can tell me?
Speed.
Yes, it is speed. Good. Okay, that is speed because it is a rate. When it's something per something, it's speed. Okay, 5 hours is obviously time, and we want to know how far you will go, which means we are looking for distance. So distance is equal to, think about your triangle, speed times time, which is 50 times 5, which is 250 kilometers. Nice job, guys. I see these answers coming through in the comments, and it's great. So the most important thing with speed, distance, and time, sorry, my triangles are getting worse and worse as this lesson goes off, is that we just need to remember our triangle, distance, speed, time. We need to remember that that's multiplying, and this line here is dividing. Okay. Okay, can you try example 3 for me? So if you travel for 10 hours at 120 kilometers per hour, what distance will you cover?
Will the answer be 1,200?
Sounding good. Okay, so we
Well,
are looking, yeah, sorry. Oh, I think I interrupted someone. I'm so sorry. No? Kia, did I interrupt you?
No, I was gonna just say that will be the answer 1,200.
Yes, that is sounding great. Okay, so time is 10, speed is 120. We're looking for distance. Distance is speed times time. So it's going to be 10 times 120, which is 1,200 kilometers because it is in distance. Okay, nice job, guys. Okay, so what we have next are some questions that we're going to call robot questions. We're going to do them a little bit differently to how we're going to deal with them next week. So I want to give you some time. Today we've got a quiz that we're going to do at the end of the lesson, and I want to make sure that you all can get onto it. So we won't be able to do these in a huge amount of detail today, but I will start our lesson on Tuesday with the rest of these questions. I would really like for you all today to do these 3 green questions for me. So for the moment, you can ignore orange and red. I think I'm just going to actually just get rid of them for you so you don't even have to look at them. I will explain how we'll do the robot questions in the future, but today we're just going to ignore them. And I just want you to do these 3 green questions for me. And then Mr. Shongwe and I are going to help you get onto the platform to do your quiz this week. Okay, so just give these 3 green questions a try for me. And if you're struggling, please feel free to ask. If you feel embarrassed to ask in front of anyone, you can send me a direct message. You can send Mr. Shongwe a direct message. We're here to help you. Don't ever feel embarrassed. Okay, I've got some answers coming in. Let's look at this first one. So I'm seeing these answers coming through. Let's use a green pen since we're dealing with green. Okay, so if you travel at 50 kilometers per, oh, that's a very thick pen. Let's just make it a bit thinner. Okay, 50 kilometers per hour, that's telling us that we're dealing with speed, and it's for 5 hours, which is time, and our speed, distance, time triangle, distance, speed, time. We want to know how far we will go, so distance is equal to speed times time, which is 50 times 5, 250 kilometers. Okay, nice and easy. All right, give the second one a go if you hadn't gotten there yet. I'm seeing some answers coming in though, which is great. Okay, second one, if you travel 100 kilometers, so that's talking about distance. At 50 kilometers per hour, that's speed. How long will it take to complete the journey? Time is equal to distance divided by speed, which is 100 divided by 50, which is 2 hours. So well done to those of you who are getting these right. That is absolutely awesome. Last question, and then we are going to try and get you all onto the quiz.
That one is 90 kilometers. Okay.
Okay, and our last question, Kathleen traveled 450 kilometers, that's distance, in 5 hours, that's speed. Oh, sorry, speed, time, goodness. At what speed was she traveling? So speed is equal to distance divided by time, which is 450 divided by 5, which is 90 kilometers. And remember, if it's speed, it has to be a rate per hour. And if we don't write that rate there, we will be marked wrong because speed has, if you just write kilometers, it's like you're talking about distance, which is different to speed. Okay, nice job, guys. What we're going to do now is every Thursday, I'm actually just going to turn my video back on so you can all see me. Every Thursday Ennie's end of the, like right at the end of our Thursday lesson, you're going to be doing a quiz. And those quizzes are going to sort of basically do the work that we've done in the week, and you'll get a score, and that score will end up going through to your parents so that they know how you're coping at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link to that quiz in the chat, and then Mr. Shongwe is going to talk you through how to get onto that quiz and who might be having issues logging into the quiz, and help you make sure everyone can get there. I want you to do your best. There's a time limit of 20 minutes, which should be more than enough. I've tried to make your first quiz nice and easy. It's all multiple choice, so you just choose the right answer and just do your absolute best, okay? No one else will know your marks except like your teacher and your parents at some point, so it's nothing to be scared about. Okay, so I'm just going to put that link in our chat, and Mr. Shongwe is going to talk you through it from there.
Right. Hi again, everyone. So we have a new app that we need to sign up in. However, if you are new with us, you do not have to sign up. That means you use actually the new app. And the new app is found on www.watobe.co.za. So if you've been with us last year, you need to sign up on this app, as it has the new details. It will give you new login details. This is where you access your quizzes. This is where you access your Zoom links, because we will not be sending Zoom links personally now. You will find them on the app. So your parents need to help you to sign up for this. And yeah, you'll find everything there. You'll find all the quizzes. There'll be a quiz button on this page next to the Zoom button. And if you're not signed up, you will not be able to access the quiz or the Zoom links. So you can ask your parents to assist you with that. Any questions with whatever that we're doing today, or I can end the meeting?
Not just yet. We're going to help you get into this quiz. Can everyone click on the link that I sent there that says www.watobe.co/courses/grade9/numbers lesson 2. So I want everyone to click on that link. And if you're having an issue getting into the quiz, then you need to let us know so that Mr. Shongwe can help. Sino, do you have a question? Sino?
Sino?
Okay, so everyone should be clicking on that link and then trying to start the quiz. And if you are struggling, then you need to let us know so that we can help you get to where you need to be. This quietness is worrying me.
You guys winning. You're so quiet.
Either everyone is fine or it's just, or no one is fine. I don't know.
Hello, are you there?
Guys, let us know. Are you coping? Okay, someone can't get into the quiz. Okay, were you with Watobe last year? Okay, good. Thank you, Songe. Okay, so if you weren't with Watobe last year, then you need to do what Mr. Shonge was saying. You need to go to the other link that I've posted, the www.watobe.co.za, and you need to sign in. And then you'll be able to get through everything. You just need to be signed into your Watobe account, and then you should be able to get into the quiz. Okay, Nokubonga got in. That's excellent.
Well done.
So your whole goal right now, guys, is to click on that link with the quiz and get into the quiz. Make sure you sign into Watobe so that you can actually do it. And if you're having issues, you just need to let us know. Okay, Mr. Shongwe, I'm just going to pop off to the grade 10 class. Grade 9s, Mr. Shongwe will be with you for the next few minutes. And then so if you're needing help, then please ask. And otherwise, hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will see you all on Thursday.